So, Tony, why doesn't Nightwing have a lot of girlfriends?
I don't know.
Because he's such a dick. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
That was a good one. I'm pretty
that was
impressed.
one of my better ones.
That was a good one. I like it.
Sunday evening means it's Fanboys Live and the Retro Review, the greatest DC comic show on YouTube. I'm so glad that you're here to join us as we wrap up another weekend. Appreciate it very much. Let's say hello to Fanboy Tony Fett.
Hello.
What up?
How have you been this last week?
Good. I did something that Cher can only do.
Is it turn back time?
Yeah, turn back time.
Nice. Yeah, that extra hour of sleep, I tell you what, feels good.
Doesn't feel bad, that's for sure. So,
and I like the fact that it gets darker earlier. That's cool. I like.
Oh,
that.
see, I'm not so much crazy about that.
I love it.
Yeah.
My first duty station in the Army was Alaska, so I got to experience what it was like for 3 months to have no sunlight.
Oh, wow. What was that like?
It was pretty wild. So like at lunchtime, it is like midnight.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. And then in the summer, the opposites happen. At midnight, it's like noon.
Yeah, that's crazy. Messes with your internal clock.
It sure does.
Let's say hello to our first chatter who's joined us in the live chat. It's I Collect a Lot. How are ya? Thanks for stopping by today. Muabunga.
There he is, White Tiger.
White Tiger, cool, calm, collected. Hashtag Toto. They were playing that song by Toto, Africa, on the radio the other day, and I screenshotted the player and DM'd White Tiger just to let him know. So, yeah, I can see some of that, some seasonal depression going on there.
Yeah, it's true, but like if you I was there just long enough to just experience it, and it was pretty cool just for the experience.
Yeah. Awesome.
And I would love to go back and do that.
Boneheads, other fanboys can't join us this week. So Tim the Comic Collector, he is Comic Foo, not excused. I just saw him in someone else's live chat like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Busted.
He's playing hooky and got caught.
Yeah, busted.
That's too funny.
But you still can subscribe to their YouTube channels as well as Tony's. All the links are in the description below. So, Tony, how was your week? What's new? What's going on?
It's been an all right week. I tell you what, though, I think this week's going to be a good week. It's going to be an all right week. I'm on the tail end of whatever this funk is that I got.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm feeling better. Packers lost. Vikings won. What a great way to kick off the week. And I'm off on Friday. It's a state holiday. So
nice.
I might take Thursday off just because. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
heck, why not just take Wednesday too?
I could just take the whole week off. But I think my job might take issues with that because it's too much time off.
Too much time off. Okay. And Paul S. is joining us.
Oh.
Foo is probably wondering how come he didn't get a StreamYard link. Foo, if you need one, let me know. I'll send one to you.
Very cool. But how was your week? Anything exciting?
Always exciting things. But I got through it.
All right.
Yeah. So here we are. I have to say that this week, when it comes to new releases, I think DC Comics has one of their best new release weeks that they've had maybe all year this week.
Really?
Yeah. There's so many good things that are dropping this Tuesday in no particular order. There is the Death of Superman 30th Anniversary one-shot, which is all new stories about the death of Superman. I've been excited for this since they first
I didn't know that was coming out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a one-shot. I think there's 4 different stories inside. One introduces the new villain, Doombreaker. There's another story that is like Ma and Pa Kent watching Superman and Doomsday. They're watching the fight on their television set and going through old photos of Superman and Clark. And there's another story where John Kent finds out that his dad died. Apparently, Clark and Lois never told him. So in the story, he goes to them, kind of like, what's the deal? Those are some of the stories that are all in this one shot. And there's so many different covers for it, too. Some amazing covers for it. So I'm excited for that. To tie into that, there is I wouldn't call it a facsimile. They're calling it a Superman number 75 30th Anniversary Edition, but it's a reprint. And there's a real cool incentive ratio cover for that, too. That's all foiled out of that, that last page of Lois holding Superman when he's died. That's the cover, but it's all virgin, no text, no word balloons, no trade dress. So that's really cool. There's a Detective Comics facsimile coming out this week, which is the first appearance of Robin. There is a new Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. There is the new Wonder Woman issue is a standalone story. It's the Trinity, it's Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. In one story, if you haven't read the previous stories, you're not going to miss out on anything. It all kind of takes care of itself in that one issue. And
Captain Comics, what's up, buddy?
Oh, hey, Captain Comics. And also one more thing I've mentioned too, there's the Golden Age one shot, which talks about the Justice Society. All of these books are dropping Tuesday from DC. So I think it's a great week, one of their best release weeks this year.
Very interesting. I was unaware that it was such a big week. That's pretty cool, though. A lot of good stuff to look forward to. I like the fact that they're also acknowledging some of these big anniversaries, like the 30th anniversary of Superman. That's cool. Yeah. I'm glad that's getting some kind of recognition. I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of variants out there or exclusive whatevers. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I'm going to be chasing any of those. Just like a cover A for me is probably going to be fine.
The cover A on that Death of Superman is what do they call that? A gatefold. So it's like 3.
Yeah.
It's got the inner, the main, and then the back cover. So it's cool. It's a great image. So
I got to check it out. I didn't know that was even on the radar. So good. Cool.
Yeah. You're going to want to get one of those for sure.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to want to get one of those. And especially if it's like a whole bunch of never before seen stuff.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm. They're all original stories, and it's done by the same team that did Superman 75. So it's your Jurgens, your Brett Breeding, the same editor, the same inker, the same colorist. That's really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what do you have for DC Comics news?
Some fun news at first. If you were a gambling man and you had unlimited money, how much would you I'm sure you do work in the comic book store.
Well,
how much do you think
after I get this Powerball tomorrow I'm going to?
Oh, is it the one that's like for $1 billion?
$2 billion now.
$2 billion? Can you imagine hitting that? Like, I can't even imagine that. But
can you imagine my unboxing video when it's All-Star Comics number 8, Wonder Woman number 1, and Sensation Comics number 1 all in the same box?
You go straight to the top for ultimate unboxings.
Anyway, go ahead.
You could just buy DC at that point.
I could. Yeah.
Just here you go. I'm now in charge of everything. But anyway, how much do you think the original Superman costume worn by Christopher Reeve sold for at auction?
Ooh, I knew that was going up for auction because I actually have 2 friends that are big Christopher Reeve Superman fans. And I sent one of them the link saying, now you can go where Christopher Reeves has been. But I didn't see how much it sold for. But if I had to guess, did it go for $1 million?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
Surprisingly, no. Went for less than half of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Bargain. What was it then?
$350,000.
Oh wow.
Which is I mean, yeah, that's a lot of money, but if you think of what it is and what it represents, like, I'm shocked that it sold for that little amount of money.
Yeah, me too.
Like, that's
It's so
crazy.
iconic.
It is. Only 350,000.
Yep.
Bizarre. David F. Sandberg, the director of Shazam! Fury of the Gods, announced that they're done. Movie is completely filmed, edited, ready to rock.
Oh, wow.
But that doesn't come out until March, which I think has been pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of hate back and forth between news articles about Dwayne Johnson, and he reportedly doesn't like the Shazam franchise and wants nothing to do with it, doesn't want them to cross over. Which one, I don't think he really has that big of a pull. Even if the article was 100% factual and he doesn't want them to cross over, it's too late. It's too late. They're establishing those universes, especially since Gal Gadot is confirmed to be in Shazam 2, which is great. I'm excited. And I'm actually very excited just for that little cameo. I think this can be pretty fun. They're establishing that they are indeed the same universe. So I don't know how he's going to avoid it. Plus, like, it'd be stupid if they had their own movies and then never met.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it is only a matter of time before they converge together. Whether or not David Sandberg is at the helm or not, I don't know. But I think it's only a matter of time. Dr. Fate, let me find that article. I guess is a soft confirmation that Pierce Brosnan is coming back as Dr. Fate and potentially in his either a standalone movie or a JSA movie. So
interesting.
We'll see. That'd be a lot of fun. I thought Dr. Fate, the casting for him, for Pierce Brosnan, absolute home run. Whoever made that cast needs promoted immediately. That was perfect.
You know what I didn't like that was related to Dr. Fate, though, in the movie?
What's that?
And don't get me wrong, Marvel movies do the same thing that I'm about to complain, and I don't like it in those movies either. He always had to take his helmet off if he wanted to talk. I mean, but even in the Marvel movies, they try to get that mask off them as fast, any excuse to get that mask off of them so they can deliver their lines. And that's frustrating to me, especially when you watch a show like Mandalorian, where he doesn't take his helmet off very often. And you can still, he conveys he's that good of an actor that he can convey the emotions without you seeing his actual face.
I agree. I think the on-off was too much. They should have kept it, either on way more than what they did. But I was curious to how they were going to portray this. And now that I've seen the movie, everything kind of makes sense. They went with like a different version of Dr. Fate than what I would have done. They still nailed it, but I would have done like, Dr. Fate, he's with the helmet on. When he takes the helmet off, like, he's got no powers. He has nothing. He doesn't have visions. He's nothing. Yeah. And it's only on the rarest of occasions can he take the helmet off. The helmet has to allow you to take it off, if that makes sense, because you're vassal of the god. So as long as you're wearing the helmet, he tells you can take it on or take it off. That's what I would have done, just to drive home that fact a little bit more. But who knows? I guess maybe they could slowly transition into that. I have no idea, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to figure it out for sure, but looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You guys heard it here last. I think Pierce Brosnan is good enough as an actor to handle the helmet. You heard it.
He's shaming me on my own channel.
Very fun. But other than that, news-wise, it's been pretty slow, man, especially for movies. Black Adam is number 1 at the box office for 3rd consecutive week. So critics be damned.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me check that Rotten Tomato score. Black Adam. Because there's a huge disconnect.
Yeah, there is.
Huge disconnect.
Hey, Alan Shell's here. The Art of Alan Shell.
What's going on? Yeah, right now it's 40% Rotten Tomato score with an 89% audience score. So, wow. That's big. We're in a Venom type situation. Same thing that happened to Venom. Exact same thing. But that's good as long as the audience love it. That's what I really care about. No Ezra Miller news. Sorry, Paul. You're right. I got nothing. Unless Lass has got something.
No, I don't. But rest assured, they are cooking something up, I'm sure, right now.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
He's bound to screw up something. If we're playing by the numbers, he'll screw it up. But yeah, it's slow, man. It's super slow. That's all I've got.
That's all he's got. So let's segue into our retro review tonight. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go last. Mars Comics, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mars Comics. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by.
Only because mine is really slow.
Okay.
Or not slow. Mine's really short, I should say.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get. I have yours pulled up. Give me 1 second.
So let me tell you a little bit about why I chose.
Oh, maybe we're losing them. Maybe. Yeah, I think he's frozen. So let's all speculate why he chose this book. I know we haven't told you what book yet, but it's an oldie but a goodie. So whenever he comes back, I'm going to pop my screen up here. Where is it? There. So he can put that back up there. Yeah, I was kind of curious to see why he picked this book too. So he looks like he's super frozen. So we might have to get someone. I lost it during my stream earlier. Yeah, it's weird. Warlord, what's up? Thanks for swinging by. Appreciate it. Art of Elsie. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Oh, and he's gone. Oh man, here we go. I was like, yeah, I'm taking over the Lasso channel, like nonstop stream, going 24/7, baby.
Yeah, I was watching when Alan lost power and went out. It's frustrating. And the thing is, usually if I reboot right before the show, I don't have the problem. I rebooted right before the show too, and nope. Hey, Warlord, how you doing? So what I was going to say is the reason that I picked the book that I did tonight, I wanted to do something that I don't think we had ever done on the Fanboys before. And I wanted to read something that I had never read before. And I was just kind of browsing through the DC app, and I'm like, maybe. And then I hit this title of this book, and I thought, well, this is interesting. And have you ever read Kamandi?
It is.
Have you, Tony?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. Yes, I have. Sorry.
Okay. I have never, and I don't have any issues in my collection. Of course, Kamandi is a Jack Kirby creation for DC. And I thought, you know what? Let's start with issue 1 and give it a whirl and see what we have here. So first of all, this cover really is, I'm very familiar with Kamandi, the last boy on Earth. Not to be confused with Commando, the last boy not wearing underwear. But this cover I always thought was amazing. Even though if you arrow down a little bit, Kamandi there, he has Sue Storm hair. That looks like Sue Storm's hair from the Fantastic Four when Kirby drew it. But let's do Kamandi issue number 1. This is from 1972. So I believe this is his first appearance. And here we have Kamandi. He's on this boat. And his granddad has sent him to the surface world. And he's wondering what has become of this world. Then we go into this amazing splash page. Look at that. That is New York City, or at least what's left of it. Apparently, there's been some type of natural disaster linked to radiation, and the people have died out, and this is what remains of the city. Now, Kamandi remembers his grandfather's tales about the years of the great shocks. Could this have been when New York met its fate? As he's rolling along and he's starting to head back to his home, he actually sees people, and he's like, there's other survivors. So he says hello to them, and they freak out. and start running back into the hills. And he's kind of like, well, they don't take to strangers. Well, I'll call again. So he starts getting closer to his home when he sees this big boom, this big explosion, and he goes running because he had booby-trapped the grounds before he left. And he's realized they've had unlucky visitors. There's armed looters, which have always been a problem to him and his grandfather, but they've been able to dodge them. So he goes in to where his grandfather has been staying. He definitely hears voices, and he realizes that there are some type of people in there, some type of looters. As he gets to where his grandfather is, he sees that his grandfather basically has been attacked and has died. And Kamandi can't resist at this point. He grabs a gun that he took from one of the intruders in the entrance, and then he just shoots. And he starts to mourn the loss of his grandfather when he's discovered. And he's like, who are you? You're then we go to the next page and realize he's a wolf. And the wolf is having nightmares, or he goes, I must be having nightmares. It's a wild animal that talks and totes a weapon and sets booby traps too, I bet. You're the one who finished my men. So eventually this wolf and Kamandi get into a fight, and Kamandi's holding his own ground, as you can see during this fight, and he's dodging some bullets. And finally what Kamandi does, very brilliant, he goes into one of the sewer areas, and he jumps up top, and then he snaps that electrical cord, he throws it into the water, and then he powers it on. And of course it electrocutes the guy. So Kamandi exits his home area, and he takes their vehicle because it will provide both transportation and shelter, although he doesn't really know where he's going to. He has primitive knowledge of driving, so he takes off on this road, and he sees this cavalry. He's in the path of a cavalry charge, and he's able to swoop out of the way, and he goes to take a closer look and realizes that they're tigers. And he notices that someone's getting ready to snipe the king tiger. So although he doesn't think he should, he does stop him. He can't stop not helping. And he's scooped up by this leader, this king tiger, and it's kind of taken. And this tiger declares himself to be Caesar's now. He says, "You're Caesar's now." And he takes him. They head into battle, and they start fighting this group. And the leader of the tiger organization realizes that Kamandi's a little bit too much to have to hold on to in battle as well. So if you arrow down a little bit, he hands Kamandi off to another person and tells them to take him to the king. So he's knocked unconscious. He wakes up and he's in some type of like a dog catcher vehicle. That takes us into the third chapter, the Royal City Kennels. And when he wakes up and he's in this kennel and there's this horrible smelling food, he sees that like these other prisoners, human-esque, are fighting like dogs just to try to get some food, but he's not interested in it. And the captors are asking him, why aren't you interested? And he fights back a little bit. He shows his spunk. He goes to run out, and he gets captured. They use some water on him, which makes him fall down. He is captured. They realize he might become a good warrior to have. I mean, they consider him a dog, a pet right now, but they're like, he could be a good warrior for the arena. So they start to hail to the warhead, and it is this big atomic missile that starts to come out of the ground that all of these people are worshiping and bowing towards. And Kamandi, once again, got that spunk going, and he defeats his captors, and he starts heading toward that war missile. He grabs a gun and he's going to shoot it. Well, this dog captor, who is Dr. Canis, he stops him right there, right at the last. And he's like, "You idiot, this world still has alternatives for you." And he's like, "What is it?" And the Dr. Canis says, "Stop it. I'm going to do all I can to save your neck. So cooperate and trust me. I'm a dedicated researcher and highly respected here." And he kind of threatens him, like, if you're lying to me, I'll. So Canis has Kamandi taken away, and Dr. Canis takes him to this secret room where he goes to open up a door, and what's on the other side? A human. So, and you see he's in some type of like a containment chamber outfit. And as he demonstrates his powers, he starts glowing like radiation does in the dark. And his body chemistry is radioactive as he continues to press the circle on his chest. So the harder he presses, the brighter he glows. So Dr. Canis is telling him, ease off, hold off on the pressure. You're going to kill us all. And they essentially say he's an atom smasher and he's a living bomb. And he finds out that his name is Ben Boxer. And he introduces himself to Kamandi. And he's like, I didn't dream this. You're real and your costume's real. And he's like, I'm as real as you are. And Kamandi's like, thank heaven, I'm not alone, I'm not alone. And that's how the issue ends. Then we got a cool little map too, to kind of show how the world has been divided into different eras or different regions rather, that Kamandi lives in.
Interesting.
Yep. And Alan makes a good point. Good TV show or animated series, it definitely lends itself towards that.
Very cool.
Yeah, and Paul makes a good point too, doesn't he? Remind you of Thunder the Barbarian. Yeah. So Kamandi was 1972. Jedi Farce is here. Hi. He says he looks like Thor. Yeah, there's a little bit of Thor going on there. Gore's here. Kamandi is brilliant, so we have another fan. Alan, happy that I picked Kamandi tonight. Yeehaw is here, and Yeehaw is saying yeehaw. And good to have you guys here. So for my story, I'd never read this before. And Kamandi actually lasted something like 59 issues, 6 years and like 59 issues. That's a pretty respectable run.
That's a good run. Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, and I would read the next one. Like it left on enough of a cliffhanger that I would read it. And it's interesting too. I started looking through some of the different covers from the very beginning of 72, to like 78 when it ended. And it sure progresses as comic books did at that time, at least style wise too. There's some intriguing covers there. I think that this might be a series that, sure, the diehard fans know about it, the Kirby fans, Kirby enthusiasts. But I don't know if this gets the respect that it should get. It was entertaining, I thought. I'm going to give it, I'll give it 4 out of 5 loincloths.
That's pretty good. 4 out of 5 loincloths.
Yep.
I like the intelligent killer whale raiders off the coast of west coast of the United States.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see that now.
Yeah.
Too cool. Let's see. Let me pop up mine here.
And apologies again for my internet going out, but since I've reconnected, it seems to be much more stable.
So I'm going to do things a little bit different. Last night we're talking about picking books tonight and whatnot. So I'm not going to review a specific story. Shocker. But it is retro, and I'm going to review it, so it counts. So let me pop it up here. It's actually right here in my hands. So we have The Amazing World of DC Comics #2.
I love those.
These are cool. And I think you sent me this one. Was it you that sent me this
one? No,
I
didn't send you that one. Oh, I think Shebab sent you that one.
Shebab did. You're right. Yeah. These are awesome. They got it's essentially what previews were back then.
Hey, who's that silhouette of?
Looks like you. But it's got everything you possibly want in it. Mm-hmm. So it's not just a preview. It's got these interviews with content creators. Mm-hmm. And these guys at the time, I guess we're doing Superman, Gary Bates and Elliot Magan in the men behind the super typewriter. So these guys are writing for Superman. Pretty cool. Where's he at? He's over there. And they were answering fan questions on here. And there was a good one here. where was it? Okay, where did you grow up and how did you get into comics? So there's a pretty normal question you ask someone who's writing comics, and he said, I grew up in Brooklyn and my family was very poor. I've always wanted to read comic books, but my parents could never really afford them. So I ended up working for like the local newspaper guy, like on the corners you see like in the old time movies, and he would pay me in comic books. Very cool. I thought that was pretty cool. Can you imagine getting paid in comic books? So they
I
go
think
into,
I am.
Yeah, right. They actually go into a lot of depth about these guys and the type of work that they do. This way, I guess.
Why don't you pick a question or something and read us the question and the answer?
Okay, let's do a good one. Let's see. What about Superman attracts you to the character? And Megan says he's the prototype hero, the ideal person. He and President Kennedy probably influenced me more than I ever expect. That's a typo. More than I ever expected to have had. Okay, that's what they meant to say. So he liked Superman and President Kennedy. And this one, where is he? So this is they have like very cool like Superman old school photos.
Yeah.
In this magazine. See if I can get that to focus properly. Maybe not. But old school set of and then you have like behind the scenes of the old Superboy.
Oh yeah.
Which is very neat. Let me skip to the I mean, of course they got like, little comics down there. They have hey, here's the solution to last issue's puzzle kind of thing. So this was pretty cool. They have different boy, I'd love to get my hands on one of these. What is that in there? If you look very closely, it's gonna be really hard to see. This little display, you probably can't make it out, but
it's cool.
Those are treasuries.
Oh wow!
And the one on the bottom right, is the first edition Wiz Comics Treasury. The one that I have that you sent me. So that's what it looked like, which is pretty cool. They have previews. So what was coming out at this time? So Phantom Stranger, Wonder Woman. I think there's a Kid Kamandi in here somewhere. Maybe not. Sergeant Rock. This is I wish they would previews like this now. Unfortunately, they don't. More previews. And it turns out that every issue has a poster.
Oh, centerfold.
So this one is for the House of Mystery. And I will give people points if they can guess who did the art on this one. Bragging points only. I'll give the chat 1 minute. What do you guys think? Lasso, what's your guess?
Repeat the question one more time, please.
Who do you think did the artwork on this?
Who do I think did the artwork?
Yeah.
Kubert.
You got a guess for Kubert? I'll give the chat just another couple seconds, but Kubert's a good guess. That makes sense. I can see that. But the answer is where is it at? Right here. Bernie Wrightson.
Bernie Wrightson. Oh, okay.
Yep. Trying to get it to focus. There it is. Yep, right there. In 1971. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some remembrance pages of at the time writers and artists that worked on DC Comics that have since passed. There's another one here for Leo. I don't recognize the name, so if any of you do, Leo Dorfman. If any of you recognize who Leo is, let me know, because I'm not 100% sure.
Don Heck was a good guess.
Yeah, Don Heck. Yeah, there's a good one. Yeah. Just kind of like some behind the scenes of like storyboarding which is pretty cool. How like the books get laid out. This is a super interesting, and of course, not only previews as in like what's coming out, but like previews as to like what stories. Like they pick a particular one and give you like a preview, and this particular one is Wonder Woman.
Oh, nice.
And I was trying.
Was that the there was a Golden Age Wonder Woman story that didn't get printed until one of these books. Was this the issue that had it? Is it a complete story?
It's a complete. I mean, it looks like a complete story.
I bet that was the lost Golden Age story that they found.
Because it goes on for several pages.
I bet it was.
But I don't know. Yeah, it goes on for 12 pages. So it very well could have been. And it looks like a Golden Age story, so maybe you'll have to review that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, one of the things that they've been working on in these issues is the Super Van by Michael Ursulin and Bob Roskins.
He was the Answer Man. Remember Ask the Answer Man?
Yes.
That was him.
So, and I guess they have like a schedule of where you can see the comic book van, the DC Comic Mobile.
Oh, nice.
And they actually have a picture here of the drivers.
Oh, nice.
And that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see that in person. That would have been a lot of fun. And of course, another puzzle to get you to check out next week's issue. And then one more story on the back. Pretty awesome. So that is The Amazing World of DC Comics. This particular issue was number 2. I was looking at them online, and I really want to get some more. I think it'll be a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I have one in my collection, and it's not within reach, but my CLZ app is where I can show you what the cover looks like. That's the one that I have in my collection.
What issue is that?
I think it's 15.
Okay. I think they go up into the 200s, from what I understand.
Of Amazing World?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
At least that's what I was looking at on eBay. About 200 issues, which is...
Now, see, that's interesting because I look at my CLZ app and it only says 17 issues. Between 74 and 78. Here's a cover here's a cover that you need for your collection.
I actually do. That looks pretty cool. The wizard looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah, he does. Can you open up that book again for me and go to that page that had those Superman photos that you could send away and purchase?
Oh, I had those?
Yeah, you were showing them? You know, it had all the different pictures of Superman, like 8x10 pictures. They were black and white. I think it was closer to the front of the book.
Okay, yeah, let me take a look. I think I remember. Was it Superboy? No, it had to have been Superman. The pictures? I don't remember seeing the pictures. Was it the books?
No, it was like a whole bunch of pictures on one page, but it looked like you could mail away to buy these pictures.
Oh, maybe I missed it. I don't recall seeing it.
No, it was more towards the front.
Oh, yeah, I see it. You're right. You're right. I see it.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Okay. See that picture? I'm pointing like you can see me. See the picture there's 4 pictures in the center that are horizontal.
Yep.
And on the left-hand side, Superman shaking the hands of a policeman or something.
Yep.
The next picture has Superman, Perry White, Jimmy Olsen, and Lois Lane in it. That picture?
Yep.
I have that picture, that same picture signed by Noel Neal.
Nice.
Yeah.
$1 a photo, $3 minimum.
Yep.
Very cool. I looked right at it. I guess I never really understood what it was. That's pretty cool. Is it so? It's just you're ordering a picture, I guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't come like autographed or anything.
No.
Okay. Christopher Reeve using an amateur radio on set. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think those are great books. They're a little bit harder to come by, and it seems to me that when you do find the books now, kind of in a fine to fine plus condition, you're probably looking in the 35 to 45 range.
This one is in crazy good shape. This one is in super good shape. So all of you out there looking at this cover right here, there's 2 mistakes on here that I noticed. One really bothers me. Take a look at that.
Okay.
Let me know if you can
see
figure it out.
one mistake.
Okay.
I see a coloring mistake.
I also see a coloring mistake. Okay, maybe you found it.
Okay. That's the first one. Is that the one that really bothers you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I guess technically they're both color mistakes.
Okay. Paul S. has got the hookup for these.
Whoa. Give me a number, man. I want to buy some.
Yeah. I'm going to need a number 2 of this because if it's got that Untold Wonder Woman story, and I need the one that Tony has.
Okay, everybody give up. Last time, which one did you find?
I found Green Lantern's mask is blue.
Yes, that one's the one that really bothered me.
Okay. I have no idea who the dude is between Tawny the Tiger and Green Arrow.
Yeah, I don't know who that is supposed to be.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
And I don't know the guy between Superman and Green Lantern with the glasses. He must be a DC staffer.
Probably. Okay. But the other mistake is actually on the Green Lantern again.
Oh, okay. Then I see it. It's on his symbol. The white isn't colored in of the.
Yeah.
Where he takes the. Yeah, it's not colored. It should be white and it's all green.
It's all green and his mask is blue.
Blue.
And I don't know if he's supposed to be standing there with his eyes closed or they just painted over his eyes. I don't know what they did.
Yeah.
But those were the 2 big ones that I saw that just, I looked at them. I'm just like, grr.
That's Karate Kid from the Legion of Superheroes. Thank you, Paul.
Is it really?
Put it up again, Tony, so we can look at it now.
The dude standing by the Tawny and Green Arrow?
Yeah. That's the one I'm sure that it means. I think the other guy in the glasses is a DC Comics staffer.
Has to be. It's either him or Gentleman Ghost.
Yeah.
Before he died.
But is that Cosmic Boy behind Superman then?
I don't know.
You kind of see his head.
You only see from like mustache line on up.
Yeah, that could be a lot of people, but it looked kind of like Cosmic Boy to me, especially if you got some Legion on this cover.
I like how there's no Wonder Woman, but there's Captain Marvel Jr. and Tawny the Talking Tiger.
Yep.
But no Wonder Woman or Batman.
Yeah. And what's the back cover again? The back cover?
The back is a
comic. It's a little comic strip. Okay.
Yeah, just a little comic strip. These were $1.50 when it comes out. $1.50.
Wow. That was expensive back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gore thinks it looks like Cosmic Boy as well.
Could be Cosmic Boy. We don't know.
Could be. So what are you going to grade your review at?
I think this has, I have to think, obviously this came out a little bit before my time, but, there was times growing up, because the internet came out, when I was like a kid, and not all homes had it. We didn't have it. No one in our community had it. So I knew what it was like to not grow up without the internet. And I still liked comics. So to figure out what books were coming out, I actually had to go to our local grocery store of all places and hope and pray that they had the next issue of whatever I was looking for. And 9 times out of 10, they didn't. But I could always grab whatever issue they had and look at the back or the insert and figure out, okay, like these are coming out. I want to make sure I come back on these days.
Yeah.
And it was quite the drive. It was, at least 25, 30 minutes to the grocery store.
Yep.
So we had to make it worth it. So I would always take the insert just so I had, because I couldn't take a picture of it.
Yeah.
So that brings back memories. So if I wanted to know what was coming out, I actually had to physically go and look. So that's kind of nostalgic for me. So it gets high points for nostalgia. And the fact that this isn't more of I'd classify it kind of maybe as an activity book for DC Comics, but it was an activity book before activity books were a thing, or maybe you could say this is an activity book for like, trying to think who would be the target audience for this: preteens, teenagers at the time, maybe young. Well, let's say young adults, because they advertise, in the back, especially with like the van, hey, check out the comic book van. So they're gonna have a cool target audience, I guess. But nowadays, any van running around the nation giving out free comic books is probably gonna be high on the government watch list. Let's be honest. But this is cool. So I can only imagine, like, if you were going on a trip in the 70s with your family, and you had a couple of these, you could do some crossword puzzles. You actually read a comic book in the story, read and learn about the people who create these comics. So this has a lot of value. And I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I think this is great. I think this is very cool. For what it's worth.
I got my CLZ app. I'll share some other covers if that's cool.
Sure, yeah.
From the series. So this is issue 1. It's all right.
Yeah.
You have 2. So this is 3.
Oh, wow. Who's that?
That's Julie Schwartz.
Oh. I don't think I've ever seen a picture before.
Yeah. 4.
That one's a little bleeding out. Can't quite tell what it is. Blurry. Yeah, it's a little too much red.
Too much, yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Who's that?
Sheldon Mayer.
I was going to say Vladimir Lenin. Interesting. Oh, I like that one. Very cool.
Then this is pretty iconic.
Ooh, there you go.
I hope Shabab has this one. She needs.
Did the new JSA come out yet?
No, JSA Golden Age comes out this Tuesday.
But not the new one. Okay.
Not the new series though. We got Gorilla Grodd there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
There's a Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, I like that one. Interesting.
And that was big right there to combine a photo with animation.
Yeah.
That was technology then,
Look how cool we are, yeah.
This is a pretty cool cover.
I still don't see any Shazam covers. That is pretty neat. Is that Captain Cold?
Yeah, it's like the super villains busting through the superheroes. Yeah. I don't know why that's not
focusing. Yeah, it's having a hard time with the red.
It is. It probably doesn't like it because it's on a phone screen.
Yeah.
I'll go faster on these.
Ooh, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll have to pick up more of these when I see them. I didn't even know they existed until Shebab sent me one. Very cool. But no Shazam covers yet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Then the one that I showed.
Spotlight Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. 1946.
See Mary Marvel.
Yeah.
And then the one I said you needed to get.
Yes, there we go. That's right. You did say that.
So
awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Those are cool. Definitely check them out. I'm going to keep an eye out for these guys. Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Johns, very undervalued in my opinion, especially now, because we live in cancel culture. It's funny because the same people that were saying he'll never work in DC Comics again. We're the same people that hired him back to do Flashpoint Beyond.
Yeah.
So
I haven't looked yet, and I don't know how many there are, but there's new Titans episodes streaming.
Oh, the season 4, did that come out?
Yeah, apparently it did. I don't know how many episodes dropped, but apparently there's at least some new episodes out.
Ooh, that's my wife's and I show. Like, that is our thing. We just sit and watch and, lay down, or I guess sit down now that we still have to sit on the couch and watch TV. But yeah,
I'm excited to check that out. I might even do that, once we wrap up Fanboys tonight.
Go watch some Titans. Yeah. Man, I wish I could. Everyone in the house has got some kind of cold, so everyone's going to sleep. So
yeah,
and if I watch it without my wife, it's game over for me.
Big trouble.
You guys will never see me again. I'll be buried somewhere.
Yeah. Speaking of Titans, it isn't out yet, but there certainly are a lot of awesome covers to choose from for Nightwing 100.
Oh, that's right. That's coming up. I forgot about that. 2 episodes out, started on Thursday.
Awesome. Thanks, Paul.
Who's the villain for this season?
What's that?
Who's the villain for this season? Did we figure that out yet?
It's Brother Blood, I believe.
Ah, okay.
Paul, have you watched any of them without spoilers? Just say they're good or 5 out of 10 or whatever.
Titans was the last couple seasons have been really good. Except I forget what season it was. It was just really slow.
Yeah.
That means Doom Patrol should be back here soon.
Probably after they wrap up Titans. From my understanding, they're splitting this Titan season in half. So they're going to give us half the episodes, then they're going to do like a little break. They'll probably do another show and then come back and give us the last half of the season.
So Titans, Doom Patrol, Titans, Doom Patrol.
7 out of 10. Well, that's not bad.
Hey, that's watchable. 7 out of 10 is watchable.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyone in the chat have any questions? We got a couple of extra minutes left before we wrap up.
Book show. We forgot about our book show.
Oh yeah, we got to do our book show too. Do you want to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, go ahead.
So I grabbed one off of the autograph pile here. Let me flip it over here to this one. So this is Dark Crisis, the free comic book day one, but the foil. I got the foil. Where is it? Signed. You can kind of see it right there.
Looks like a money symbol.
It does, because he definitely charged me some money for this. Jim Chung was the one of the guys that I was really hoping I was going to be able to get, because I just had a stack. I was so excited to meet this guy, but unfortunately, his prices were not very friendly, so I had to.
You had to pick and choose.
I had to pick and choose, and I figured the foil was probably the lesser common ones. So unfortunately, I had to just get 1 or 2, but still cool. Might send it for a slab one time or one day, but we'll see. But
Paul is saying the new Green Lantern movie is on HBO Max as well. Awesome.
Very cool. Green Lantern film. Do you recommend it? Wait, what's the Green Lantern movie?
It's that animated one.
Oh! I had to check that one out.
Yeah.
As to what's coming out, I got a lot of shorts coming out, YouTube shorts. For those of you who do content, and there's a lot of people in our community and especially this chat that do content, shorts, for whatever reason, I know Lasso's been having success with them. I've been having success with them too, just been knocking them out of the park. Very undervalued. So I highly recommend those of you who feel like you're spinning your wheels, give shorts a try. It's very low effort, and the return on them is pretty good.
I'll tell you something really cool. And I know that you know this, Tony, if you happen to be at your computer or your phone or your device or whatever at the time that the algorithm is loving your short, it is amazing to click refresh and watch your spin count, and then click refresh again, and it's jumped like by 110 in a second. It's amazing to see that.
It is, and it feels good. It feels good. And then you start watching that subscriber count go up.
And then when it goes up real high, then you start watching losing.
Oh, I think because doesn't YouTube like hold on to some of those subscribers to make sure they're not.
They freak out thinking that they're bots.
You paid for bots or something. Yeah. It's pretty cool, but yeah, I got shorts coming out on my channel. I started doing something different. I put a short out on YouTube and I let it sit for a week because after a week, YouTube Shorts doesn't care about you anymore.
Yeah. Your lifespan's pretty much done.
Yeah, it's over. So, and I take that short and I throw it through a software program that'll convert it into a Instagram Reel friendly format, so it keeps the same aspect ratio, whatever. And I've been having good success with that too. The last one I did today, normal Instagram Reels, I get like maybe 10 or 12 in a week. Today I got 60 in one day, so that's huge for me. Got more than a few followers out of it, so I think I'm going to keep playing with that around. I think doing it that way is good because then you kind of double dipping on your own content.
Yep.
Well, so you'll see a lot of success. So keep an eye out for some of my shorts. I'm sure I'll do something cool, full length wise, but kids right now are under the weather, so unfortunately my time is occupied elsewhere.
Yep. Anything else on your channel?
Just shorts. Just shorts for now. But I'm sure we're gonna do something cool as soon as we get a little past the hump or do something cool for the holidays.
Yeah. Well, I have this past week, of course, I did my back issue of the week short. I did a cover buy video with Comics for Thomas and Cookie from Just a Little Podcast. We did a Black Adam comic book where we picked between the cover A and the cover B. So that was cool. I did a giveaway video. I got a contest going on my channel right now too. So look at that November 1st video for a chance to enter. It's pretty easy. You just got to sub up a few channels and let me know you did comment on that video, and bing, bang, boom, you're entered in. And for my book show, tonight, Metarog did a special live stream where he was celebrating his 5 years on the YouTube channel, the YouTube platform, as part of the YouTube comic book community. So I wanted to show a book that he inspired me to buy recently, because when you watch his channel, if you look up on the wall, you see this up on the wall. And it's Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, starring in limited collector's edition C49. And my copy has an awesome date stamp on it that says July 12th of 1978. That's not focusing that well, but it's right. No, it's right over here. So that's what I thought would be a good book show. Roger, you are to me the epitome of the awesome comic book collector and YouTuber. And personally, my life, I feel, is more enriched because I'm friends with you. So
yes,
I dedicate my book show tonight to you. And I love your content. I love your channel, but I'm a bigger fan of you as a person, and just want to say love you. So.
Very well put. Apologize because I totally forgot that today was his big thing.
Yeah. Hey, comic book one. Good to see you. I saw you over in Roger's chat before we started our live stream. So
that's for those of you who don't know, it's Metarog's 5-year on YouTube, and he's doing a big giveaway. So even if you're not interested in the giveaway, go over there and give him a big old slap on the like button and subscribe, because
he certainly deserves it. So
he's definitely very undervalued in terms of subscribers. He definitely should be, in my opinion, one of the top dogs. But I
agree.
Just one of the nicest dudes on the planet.
But I kept seeing that book on his wall when I was watching his channel, and I'm like, and 50 years of collecting. And I see that book on his wall, and then I saw it in the wild, and I'm like, I have to have that. I have to have that because Roger has it too. And I want it because Roger has it. So it's awesome. But thank you to all of those who joined us in the live chat. We appreciate you so much for watching the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. We're wrapping up now. If you've been watching on the rewind, that certainly is appreciated as well. Join us next week. to see what type of trouble we can get into or what type of trouble Ezra Miller can stay out of. And until then, on behalf of Tony Fett and the rest of the panel, and links to their YouTube channels are in the description for this video. So make sure to sub my co-hosts and my friends up. Thanks again for joining us. Hey, Ben Compton, good to see you too popping in at the end. And have yourself a fantastic rest of your weekend. Good night.